Hello, welcome. Ryan in Cars. Just gonna take off my jacket. Actually, this video is gonna be about cars and YouTube. Oh, how did that happen? Because this is a car channel. I sort of set it up for that. That was the original intent of it, and then because I was new to YouTube, I started posting YouTube stuff, things I was learning about YouTube on the on this channel. And actually, give me a second. I'm gonna pause it. I gotta get the gate. Yes. Okay. Well. Okay. Back. Got the gate. I just got like a last minute call to go to work for for one of my part time jobs, so I'm kind of hurrying out the door here. So yeah, I wanted to talk because YouTube and cars. There's a lot of car channels on YouTube, sort of thing, and I got a buddy who has one, and he had been doing it for a few years. He even did it with his son for. He's had quite a few of them, but he came to visit me on the island, and I talked about this before in an earlier one of my first episode things. And but I've been thinking after my 30-day challenge, and I made a video. It should have come out this weekend or something like that, where I learned so much about myself outside of YouTube by doing YouTube. Right now, one of those things was my confidence in front of the camera, talking with the audience through the camera, right? And because I was actually terrified of that at the beginning. And because I want these to be one take and like no editing sort of thing, I've had to really learn how to keep things going in the pace and keep the dead spots to a minimum because I had lots of dead spots in the beginning, and it reminded me of the time when he came to the island and he got off the airplane and we went to go get his car for the weekend. He had rented the brand new Corolla hatchback, and he was really excited actually to drive it. He had high hopes for it because we were both small car lovers, I guess. You know, we grew up in the age of the hot hatch and things like that. So that new Corolla was something that everybody was kind of looking forward to. But what really what happened was, I walked him out to where the rental car thing was, and he just immediately set down his bags. He unzipped another bag, pulled out a camera, pulled out a tripod, not a tripod, but not a selfie stick, but it was kind of like this. Had a gun grip on it, and you could put a camera on it, and that's what he did. And then immediately, without missing a beat, he went into doing a review on this car. On his channel, he does a rapid roadside review thing where he just quickly goes around, talks about the car, and that's kind of what he did with that. And what really took, like, I've known this guy for a lot of years, and he's pretty laid back. He's very easygoing. Um, he does know the stuff that he knows about his business, about his personal like things that he does. Um, he is no nonsense. He is right on par. He dots I's, crosses T's, and super confident. Like it's the switch that happens. I've seen it on him, and it was because we sit and we talk for hours for cars. Sit on the phone for hours talking about cars, talking about in any form like that, and it's just two guys bantering back and forth about cars, right? But what took me aback when he came to the island and he unzipped that camera and he did that and he walked right into it, and it was like without missing a beat. That confidence, just that smooth flow, right from hey, how's it going? Da, 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 oh, here's the car, da, 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 and I'm just gonna yeah, this is how it goes, and then boom, he went right into this business style of reviewing this car, like that comfortable. Put himself on camera, talking to the camera. He knew exactly what he was doing, and all of that, and that it surprised me, but because he does not seem the kind of guy to be like a presenter, right? Like you would think in the arena of, you know, as an automotive journalist, to be like Jeremy Clarkson or James May or any of those Top Gear guys that are on, or any car reviewing show. Even Doug DeMuro, I would say, he does not come across as that kind of personality. But no, boom, 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 he was in it and he was in the zone and he did it, and you know, and I laughed to see that. I laughed when I saw it. I laughed to see that, and I loved seeing that because I'm like, okay, this guy, he enjoys this. He is 100% into this, right? And seeing that is more important than the car, than more important than the style, the anything, what he's saying, all of that. Just seeing that was an absolute gem. Seeing him, you know, in his zone, doing his thing, something he loves to do, and you could tell that he loves to do because he did it so well, right? He's got a certain way that he does it, and he stuck to that, and it was really good to see. And like I cheered him after seeing him behind the scenes. Like I was cheering him on doing his channels, and I'm still a subscriber, and I still watch his stuff, and I really enjoy it. And just seeing him do that actually upped my appreciation for him. I think is what I'm trying to say. Like his game. I mean, this guy's now playing at a different level, right? Going, oh, am I going to be able to do that one day? I was like, I don't even want to get in front of the camera, sort of thing. If I remember, because I'm posting these videos way ahead of time now. If I remember when I go home and do the description, upload the video, I'll put a link to his to his channel in the description. I know right now he has been posting old videos. I think he's moving stuff that was on an old channel over to this new channel, and it was a bunch of old stuff. But he had just done his Infinity. He changed his alternator on it, and he's got another thing coming out. I think tomorrow. Put a premiere up. But this, doing this YouTube thing, I kind of stagnated for quite a while there when I was living on the island, and I was kind of going through a bit of a post-divorce recovery. It was so, I don't know, draining and depressing, and like I wanted nothing to do with the world. I wanted nothing to do with my old life. I'll say that. Because there was kind of a value that I had placed on my old life, and I was like, okay, if that was me, and this is how it ended up, in this, train wreck or plane crash of a life, like, I don't want to have anything to do with any of that anymore. And part of that was cars. I was into cars. I had just gotten into hanging out with the clubs and meeting car people and like getting into some really exciting stuff. And yeah, then the divorce thing happened, and then I just said, like, I don't want. I'm starting over, brand new slate from scratch. I've done it before. I'll do it again. And the only car thing I did on the island, I went to a couple of meets. I didn't talk with anybody. I didn't talk with any organizers. I didn't talk with any of the car people, except even I did join the Jag Club, and I I don't know. I just wasn't into it. My brain still wasn't there. So the only real car thing I did was drive cars because the roads were beautiful, the weather was great all the time, and it was fun to drive a car around there. Like beautiful scenery, the whole thing. And for the most part, the other drivers weren't like the other drivers weren't assholes. That was, I think, the best part about driving on the island when I first got there. Yes, it was slow. Yes, there was congestion. Yes, but I mean, nobody was angry. Nobody was, not like in here out here in the real world where they want to run you off the road, sort of thing. I mean, yeah, sure, they tell you this or whatever, but people would wave to you for, hey, sorry, I screwed up there, or they, wave. You'd stop at a four-way stop, and all four people would be waving at each other, kind of thing. That kind of idiocy. But we were all kind of like, we're on island time, and who cares? And driving like that was a pleasure. It was stress-free driving, right? It's 9:41. I gotta hurry. Let's do sport. Let's do that. I gotta wait for this hill. So yeah, the YouTube and cars, how it's brought that back for me. It's brought, just talking about the cars to nobody in particular. you know, I I'd always kind of hoped that I could just pick up the phone, call my buddy at almost any time, and then just talk about cars and all that. But that kind of got old too. He's not always available. He's not there at my beck and call. Um, so I've talked with my dad about it. But doing the YouTube channel has brought it all back, and now I'm like gearing up here. Like I really want to get involved with some car clubs again and get back into some of the cool cars and talking about the cool cars, I guess, and showing them. I think that would be fun. But then again, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. My job schedule is pretty full with 5 employers. Is it? Yeah, 5 employers, 3 jobs, 5 employers. I'm not going to be able to pass. I'll just relax. But yeah, now it made me also think, because I was through the pandemic and stuff there, and you couldn't go to car meets, you couldn't go talk to people about cars, and it's 5 years later still, and I still haven't gotten back into that. Have you? I mean, are you living vicariously through YouTube? For your car fix, your car talk fixes? Or do you actually get out there now and go to the car meets, or go to the car shows, or go to the show and shines, the concourses, the autocrosses, the prowls, for whatever car that you own right now, are you joined with the car club that is part of that make model thing? There was a Cadillac car group. There was a BMW group. There's a Volkswagen group, I remember. There was the Master. I remember going to their autocross. I remember, the Porsche autocross, the Exotic Car Club, the Porsche Club actually had a nice concourse at the dealership before it was moved. That was the last one I went to. You got to see some really nice old 911s and stuff, right? But yeah, let me know in the comments. Let other people know in the comments, and like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.